Top to morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball. If you guys don't know what Wrecking Ball is, he is from a. Here, this is what he looks like. He is a Kevin Levin's alien from the reboot segment. I always call it segment because somehow my phone keeps listening to me, so that's why. So, let's get into a little bit of details before we start. So, in this universe that I'm creating, there's five categories. There's quirkless, quirk, powers, or no, abilities, powers, and alien mutations. What it means is basically if, let's say, someone was born as Big Chill, basically. First, or how that category of like alien mutation thing, they first are born as humans, first of all. So then when they get older, they can still be human, but if they really want to show what they look like underneath, they can. So, like, basically, like transformations. Like, look how Ben Tennyson transforms into other aliens and turns him into. Then he turns back into like a human. But in this alternate universe, they can either use their abilities or what they are born with, because they usually have combined of quirks, powers, abilities. So, yeah. And this is actually, you guys voted for Big Ochako Chill. Basically, fusion of Ochako and Big Chill. Big Chill. Oh. Yeah, so, because I made a poll like a couple days ago of who would be a best girlfriend for, or best wife for him. So, let's continue. And I'm also adding Zumi. She's just a quirk. She doesn't have a similar appearance to her brother. So, let's begin. Zuko and Zumi been born, and Zuko always, I know you guys are flying to the keyboards or your phones and typing in the comments of, Zuko's not dumb. But in this What If universe, he is. But not like super dumb, just dumb enough to, yeah. Because I don't want him super smart, like brainstorm and just be like, oh, I'm gonna roll, boom. Yeah. So, yeah. So then Bakugo, or no, Zuko and Zumi were born, and yeah, they've been friends with Bakugo and Ochako. That they didn't know that she was born as Big Chill version. Yeah. So, yeah, but he's always so clumsy. In this what if universe. And he ends up. Or so he. But But when he got older, he learned something that was different about him. So at age of 4, they took him to the Quark Doctor, and Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she has quirk and Zuko doesn't have a quirk. And that's a lie. Because Zuko can basically do everything. He's not just a normal, like, wrecking ball, basically. He's the infinity wrecking ball. So, when he got older, he has the powers of infinity and zero, or infinite zero. So, when he got grown up, he works at the destruction site. Basically, destroys stuff. And he is more, or he can turn into, like, a ball. And he starts running over stuff, like, plus his parents didn't care. Because they didn't know that. And he's using his powers way more. But instead of turning him into a big blob of that, he actually got turned into a more like that. But with spikes on his back. This is my tempted version of it. But yeah, yeah. So this is what he looks like. And yeah. He can use his powers as he's like, man, this is fun. He's destroying, like, the wear down buildings. So, and yes, I know Wrecking Ball, has, like, fire immunity and all of those abilities. That's all included with. Plus, because he also has powers of infinity and zero, makes him the one most dangerous powerhouse. Basically. Because he actually, when he was just 4 years old, or actually when he was 5, he didn't realize it, but his quirk that's infinity and zero. When he used his form before, it it infused his quirk with his powers, abilities, or alien mutation into something more powerful than yeah. So he goes ultimate, basically ultimate wrecking ball. I I know that the you guys say in the comments like, oh, Kevin Levin doesn't have an ultimate forms in reboot version. Well, in this version, this is an alternate version, not compared to canon or manga. So, and plus, yeah. So, now let's begin. Make sure, yeah. So Zuko worked at a destruction site. He destroys, and he's using more of his alien powers as he's destroying, like, buildings, like the rundown buildings, as he like basically is so powerful that when he used his rolling one, he basically drove all the way around, and even 1 second of him touching it, it like obliterated, like disintegrated. As he stops himself and he lands, as he's like, that was fun. Yeah. And so, a time skip. Suzumi goes to UA with Ochako. Oh. As Ochako still loves Zuko. Oh. Because what she heard that her boyfriend was kicked out of his house for being quirkless, but she didn't care. So, yeah. And then we got Diamond Momo. I'm saying like Crystal Momo, that she actually is in love with Todoroki. So, yeah. So it will be probably going to be weird fusion between like Todoroki and yeah. Well, a couple days have passed, or like time skip to All Might versus All for One. Because, yeah. So then, All for One was basically any last words as Izuku, as he basically shoots a beam of light as a ball-like thing came out of the ground and rammed very fast, Like, rolling, 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 rolling. And he blocks the attack, pushing it back. As All for One surprised. And Zuko inside of the ball saying, "You will not hurt my friend. My favorite idol. All for One." As he transforms back from the ball into a human. As he's punching him around like a little rag doll. As he grabs him by the waist. And he turns him into a ball. Or basically turn himself back into a ball. I know this is kind of like transformations, like Ben 10 transformations. But imagine if the Omnitrix, or whatever it's called. I know it's called the Omnitrix, but that's okay. Because after this video has been posted or uploaded, and I'll do the top 10 and like top 10 Omnitrix that you guys, the fans of Ben 10, all of us, so, yeah, get buckled up for it. So Zuko grabs All for One, and he also has ultimate super jump. So when he basically bounced himself up, he went all the way towards the sun. And threw him into there. And in order for him to, like, to stay in there, what does Zuko do? He went all the way through. Or, like, he went right towards the sun in his ball form. Just imagine All for One standing, or no, leaning on this part where the laser's shooting at. And so then Zuko was pretty tough. So everybody thought he was dead. Except for Ochako. And I know this is kind of like her alien form. And I'll just grab... Where is that form? Her human form. I'm just going to use... Okay. There she is. So Ochako, this is her human form. And she doesn't believe that Zuko's actually dead. And she was right, as Zuko went all the way through the sun. And yeah, All for One didn't, so he died. As he goes around. And then he came back to the Earth and been like, okay. As he crash lands right onto into the water. And he was small, like human size, so he doesn't cause like a big explosion of boom. If you're watching this in the future, hi. So yeah. So Zuko ends up basically yeah, and when he came out, he's like, that was a blast. He comes to the surface, and he shows up back at his hometown. He's like, that was a blast from the past. So then he goes, yeah. So he feels great about himself. And he wasn't running late. He was actually early. Like, super early. As he says, did you guys miss me or something? Zuko! Or they all called him Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball, you're back! Yay! Yeah, so... yeah. Good to see you, man. Yeah, good to be back. Or actually he was, because they know that he's a, what's alien species Cannonbolt? I forgot. I totally forgot about what Cannonbolt has. So, Cannonbolt. Hold on. Species name is... oh, no, I don't want this sponsored. So, yeah. Wait, what? Arbelian Polarota. As he says, DNA. Or so they said. So, because they know that he's that species, and because their ball form is stronger than anything in the world. You can't even penetrate it without... out. Like, basically... yeah, that stuff. So... yeah. So they basically... as he basically destroys buildings, as Ochako keeps believing that he's still alive. Because she doesn't know what type Zuko was, actually. Or, sorry. She doesn't know Ochako, or no, she doesn't know what type or what species type that Zuko was. No one was. Because the Arbelian Polarota one, because they know that they know from history books that those types of species were pretty strong, or like super strong, but also quite dumb in the brains. So, or not really dumb, it's just that's what they have in their history books. But the and usually are more dangerous to people than anyone. Like what I mean is basically sorry. So basically Zuko was pretty strong fella. Just like the same because compared to Forearms or Diamond Head or anything like that, the in this alternate timeline, that species is way more high version. Like basically, yeah, because usually they went extinct when of their stupidity thing. But yeah, so let's get back into the story. So yeah, so one day Zuko was, or no, so Zumi was walking home, and she turns and sees her brother sleeping near and next to the garbage can. Plus, yeah, so that was 2 days after, and he hasn't grown old yet. So when Zumi turns and says, "Zuko, is that you?" He opens his one eye. As he was sleeping, as he gets himself up. "What's up, Zumi?" As Zuko can't believe, or no, Zumi can't believe that her own brother survived. He actually, as he tells her what species he is from, that because he was an alien mutant, but he is, when he told them, or when he told his sister what, yeah, as she can't believe it. Her eyes widen. I mean, as she came, she's basically shocked. Her brother is like his own, out of every, she's stunned. She's like, out of every species that you ever inherit, you inherit the most powerfulest, dangerous thing in the universe. I know, you guys are like flying towards the keyboards or flying to the phones and typing up like, "Oh, this," or the cannon bolts aren't dangerous thing. Yes, they are. But in this alternate universe, they are. Because they're more powerful than any. Out of every alien mutant, yeah, they actually, because Ochako species gets coal owned. like basically a ice cold drinks. Diamond Heads and or like Momo's gets crystals like, but for Zuko he gets actual money. I'll tell you the number what it is. How much the he gets, because the species of that one gets over 6 trillion tons. That's enough to like per second. Every time they do, or every time they even walk normally or roll, they get, or even standing around, they get paid that much. So imagine getting those every single day, adding them up, boom. Yeah. So then Zuko was pretty tough. So let's continue. So when Zumi ran home, and Inko was crying because she really misses her son, and plus Sasashi really missed his son too, but yeah, because he first thought was quirkless, but Zumi came up, and Zumi says, "Huh, he's still alive, actually." Really? As where is he at? Well, before we jump into it, this is what I'm gonna say. As Zumi says, I can't believe my own brother actually is a Arbarian Polarota. As Inko and Sashi's eyes lit up like dynamite, as they could not believe that they gave birth to the most powerfulest, dangerous thing on the planet. They could survive anything. Even nuclear bombs couldn't even penetrate it. But yeah. So when the but now so then they got to the same location where Zuko first met or so Zumi met Zuko for, as Zuko was still there sleeping, as Inko as Zuko looks up, is he sleeping, or he got up, and his parents apologized to him. As he was kind of sleepy, like he's still waking up from, so when they know that he is or Sashi knows that he's still waking up. And they did keep his bedroom so that so he actually, Sashi was a pro hero, and told Nezu everything about it. Nezu's like, send him in. No questions asked. Just send him to UA. He doesn't need to take a test. He's just... Yeah. So they didn't even ask him what new type. He actually evolved his species type into ultimate. Like, imagine go from this yawn to an ultimate. I think that's how you pronounce ultimate.
Ultimately, our variant Teleroda.
Yeah. But because when Nezu tested his DNA, or tested Zuku's DNA, okay, they basically, it turns into, or they see as Nezu's eyes widen even more, like similar to Sashi and Inko's, as they see an ultimate version.
Ultimately, our variant Teleroda.
Yeah, ultimate one. That means that Zuku's has way more resistance to anything, including because he's an ultimate version, and compared to like the ink tank one, those guys just like said, "Oh, I'm gonna take away something something." Well, he became more than just, yeah, he became more than just humans, because his DNA has been enhanced to the ultimate version. So he can basically have way more stamina, way more destructive power. He can even, yeah, evolve his body one more time if he wants to. But yeah. And to, like, imagine, but Zuko was like, or Nezu says, well, you're in class 1A, no matter what. She says, sure. And so they call, or day after that he joins UA, and he's in class 1A. As Ochako looks at him, as she loves him, as she just straight up like her eyes. She doesn't want to really show it, but her eyes could tell that she's in love with. Yeah. So then Ochako ends up, as Baku was like all upset, like, why are you here, Quarkless? Or he says, Quarkless Deku. As they thought for making fun of the...
Ultimately, our variant Teleroda.
Yeah. Here. Ultimate.
Ultimate, our variant Teleroda.
Yeah. And she says, huh, really, all this time you still call me that? Huh. That seems like a really funny. As Eraserhead says, Bakugo, please return to your seat. He is the new student, so please respect the. He is not a human or quirked human. He is a alien mutant. Ooh! As Bakugo's eyes shot up like lightning. Wait, I didn't know that you were the alien mutant. What species are you? As everybody asks. As Mr. Aizawa says, he is an.
Ultimate Arbarian Pellerota.
Yeah. As everybody's eyes widen. Except for Zumi. Zuko, as everybody's like bent over, like not bent over, they fell backwards off their seats out of stunned that they are. That they have a classmate that is a more stronger than a normal species one. So yeah, basically, yeah. So after school, they teach them. And after school, I'm trying to find a stupid image. Image? Where is that stupid image? Name. Okay. So, yeah. So Ochako, I'll just use. Yeah, Ochako comes in and hugs Zuko. It was after school. Oh. And yeah. And she finally confessed her feelings to him. And yeah, so then Ochako so Zuko says, sure. So she basically. So then they were dating. So I'm skipping the Overhaul fight because, yeah, Zuko just took care of Overhaul, so. And before I forgot, when he was in the, like, basically destruction thing, like destroys old buildings, only man that can basically walk up to Hull for Overhaul was Zuko Midoriya. So, yeah. So, Overhaul always meets Midoriya first. And sometimes Zuko gets a little bit annoyed because, yeah. So, yeah, it was a good opportunity for him to basically to show his true emotions. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So Ochako and Zuko were walking around shopping. And yeah, for like cool dresses and yeah. And then her parents were like, okay. And a loser, or that kid that loses, found our daughter. Be nice. As Jimmy says, be nice to to my brother. He is actually a
Ultimate Arbarian Pelaroda.
yeah. So when Ochako's parents heard that, they were like, okay, forget what I just said, okay? So then they got married. So this is in future. They got married, and I'm still debating of should I give them one kid or two kids? But this is gonna be the original video. If you're wondering why I put 1.0 at the end of this title or of this video, is because if I ever want to do the reboot, then I wouldn't be confused. So this is going to be 1.0, so yeah. So they have a son. Basically is a fusion of a big chill species with and before we try to explain that he's holding is not like what you think. It's actually he had because an AI thing kind of messed up. That's is supposed to be his leg. Thing. So he has one, two, yeah. So just to clarify. So then yeah. So now this is gonna be the so yeah. So he's a fusion of a basically an ultimate version
Ultimate Arbarian Pelaroda.
with the big chill species. I forget their name. Here, hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. And chill. So yeah.
Ultimate Arbarian Pelaroda and Necrophrygiotic.
Yeah. Yeah, that species or that one. Imagine a fusion of between both of those two. Hmm. Imagine a yeah. So please leave a like, share, subscribe, and what do you guys want me to name their son? Like, for if I made, like, slash 2.0 one. Oh. So, what would be their son's name would be? Like, basically, I think I'll go with Canon Chill. Or something. I don't know. But you guys will tell me in the comments of what you guys named this fella. And if you guys want more of, like, Ben 10 segments, like, basically, yeah. So, peace out, y'all. And have a good night or day, depends on time zones. And have fun. Peace.